Hello everyone, Alchemist here. Thank you very much for tuning in. I appreciate it. Today, I want to address something that has become the goal of every human being: money. Is money equals to energy, as per many spiritual people say? I'm going to share with you what I know about money and its connection to spirituality in general. Are these two really connected? In many New Age teachings, and many of you have already read that or heard it before, you probably have heard that money is energy and that money equals to your energy. So the people who have good energy have money, and the people who don't, they don't have money or they don't know how to attract it. And this involves the law of attraction, because most of the law of attraction is about materialistic things. It's about attracting material things. Along my early journey, I used to fall for these concepts. I used to think that having good energy and being spiritual means that you can manifest money easily. And if you don't manifest money easily, that means there's something wrong with you, spiritually speaking. And I know that many of you probably think the same, or you are probably wondering about if your energy is good or not because you think that you're not attracting money. The reason why is because you heard some New Age spiritual guru saying that money equals to energy, and that because this guru have a lot of money, it means that they have amazing energy. So it means that there's something wrong with you, right? That's the explanation. Or that you're not at their level of energy, and that's why you don't have as much money as them. Let me tell you something that is probably going to shock you. Money has nothing to do with spirituality. Your energy doesn't equal to how much money you have. What? Me sharing these occult spiritual subjects with you doesn't mean that I just read them somewhere. It doesn't mean that I have read them somewhere and I'm just going to regurgitate it. Because that's what people do all the time. And you fall for it and many others fall for it. And I have fallen for it as well myself. So I'm here to share with you what I have learned, which is money has nothing to do with how spiritual you are. It could be connected indirectly, and I'm going to explain to you how it is connected indirectly, but it has nothing to do with energy or whatnot. Before I explain how money is connected indirectly to this spiritual energy, I want to first warn you about something, because a lot of people and a lot of you fall for this. There are a lot of wealthy people out there, rich people. They're very wealthy. They have millions of dollars and maybe billions as well. And they were born in wealth. Their families are extremely wealthy and rich. They have acquired this wealth for generations. Their parents are wealthy. Their grandparents are wealthy. Their great-grandparents are wealthy. It's generational wealth. These people don't need to work a single day. They have everything they want or desire. But because they have so much money, they portray themselves as spiritual teachers or gurus or masters. And they start preaching the fact that they are self-made and that their energies is what brought them all of that money. You hear people say, right? I'm a great money manifester. I manifest money so fast, so easily. You've heard a lot of people say that, right? I'm sure you have, because I have. And I've met these people. I've met them. I'm not talking about someone I saw online. I personally met these people. So here's the thing, and I need you to pay attention very carefully here, very carefully, because most people fall for this. These people don't have good spiritual energies. They are not connected to spirit. They just use their money to portray themselves into a different persona as a spiritual guru or teacher or leader. And they start talking about the law of attraction. They start talking about how money reflects your energy and that they manifested for themselves a lot of abundance and they show themselves in mansions and big houses. And they start telling you, the viewer, that because they're amazing, energetic, spiritual masters, they were able to manifest their money. So if you follow them, if you start listening to their teachings, you're also going to become like them and you're going to manifest a lot of money as well. But what they don't tell you is that all of that wealth they're showing you, they've had it before since they were young. It's something that they were born with. They were born inside of wealth. These are people who have millions of dollars in their bank accounts when they're teenagers. Yes. And you, the average working person who goes to your 9-to-5 or day job and work hard and struggle and live paycheck to paycheck just so you can make ends meet, you hear these people speak and they give you hope. You hear them speak and you think that's how money is made. These people who talk about money, who talk how they can manifest so much money and that they can teach you how to do the same, these people have never worked a 9-to-5 before. They have never worked a day job before. And even if they did, it was probably 10 times better than your 9-to-5. It was because they worked in a company that was owned by someone who's within their entourage. Maybe it's their father's friend, or it's their cousin's friend, or their uncle's friend, or their aunt's best friend. And they are given positions, high positions, starting at 6 figures from the get-go. And they call themselves self-made millionaires. And they start selling you these fake stories about how they worked hard and how they manifested that money because their energy is so pure and they're so spiritual. And that's why they were able to manifest a lot of money. That's the story they're going to tell you. But they're not going to admit the single one thing, which is they were wealthy from the get-go. They will never admit that. See, these millionaires and these billionaires, they are allergic to one thing: to admit that they were born in wealth. They will never admit it. Even a billionaire who has billions of dollars will have trouble admitting that they were born in wealth. Why? You're going to ask why. I wonder why they don't want to admit that, because they're seeking validation. They want people's validation. They want people, average, normal people, to validate them as self-made billionaires or millionaires. So they're given all of the wealth in the world, and I'm going to tell you later how they're given that wealth, because this is just, I'm barely scraping the surface here. They're given all of that wealth, but instead of acknowledging it and using it for something good, for the betterment of this earth and humanity and animals and everything around them, they use it to trick you and other people so they can seek your validation that they are amazing people. So when you validate them and you say, yeah, they're a self-made person, they feel better about themselves. So you boost their egos. And you, the hard-working person, oh, by the way, they're going to say that they work so hard, or that they have worked so hard for that money. Oh, they're going to say that. I know many hard-working people. They work harder than anyone I've ever seen, and they're not rich, and they struggle to make money. And you know what these rich people say when you tell them that? They're like, no, but it's not all about working hard. You have to know how to work smart. That's another trick that they use. And because I work hard and I work smart, and I'm very spiritual, connected to the light, I'm able to manifest so much money. That's why, because I work smart and I work hard at the same time. But you're just a nobody. You don't know how to work smart. But because I work smart, I know how it's done. You see what I'm trying to do here? And people fall for that because it gives them hope. Because the average person who actually works hard and they're not born in wealth and they have struggled their whole life, they've seen their family struggles since birth to make ends meet, and they also struggle to make ends meet. When they see that, it gives them hope that they can make it as well, that maybe they can become millionaires or billionaires. Many people follow these rich other people. They follow them and they start buying everything they do. Doesn't matter what these people release, they buy it, and they start following them. And 10 years pass, 15 years pass, and these people still they don't get rich. They don't become millionaires. What happens after that? They start believing that there's something wrong with them. So I'm here to tell you that there's nothing wrong with you. There's nothing wrong with you. If you're not able to manifest money and wealth, I'm going to tell you why. It's not because some spiritual guru you follow said that it's about energy. It's not about energy. You know why? I'm going to tell you something. How come the murderers and war tyrants of the world are so wealthy? They have the nastiest energy you can come across. So how come they're so wealthy? See, that already breaks the equation. It doesn't work. How come war tyrants who kill children and millions of people are so wealthy? How come? So is it really about energy? And how come a lot of people who are incredible and they have amazing energies and they're kind and they're beautiful and they're smart, and I have met them, and they're still struggling with money? How come? So let me explain to you what's at play here. But before I move on, remember, don't fall for these people. A lot of people who claim that they can manifest money easily because they're spiritual were wealthy from the beginning. They're rich people who camouflage their lives as spiritual. They portray themselves as spiritual people, but they're actually not spiritual. If anything, their energies are nasty. And they start talking about the fact that they are able to manifest money easily and that you can do it as well. And you keep wondering why you're stuck, why you can't manifest money. It can happen in any field. I mean, you probably have seen them before. When they're asked questions about what they do, they say, oh, I do real estate. I own companies. I'm an investor. I'm a consultant. You've heard, right? You've met people who you ask their profession, even though that's just a title, right? The profession doesn't represent who you are. Next time someone asks you, what do you do for life? Say, I'm a human being, and see their reaction. But these people, usually when they're asked that question, they say random things like, I do real estate. I invest in stocks. I do trading. I do crypto. I do this, I do that. And these are people who don't even need to work for money. They were born with it. It's the same. Some people say, oh, I do real estate, or I'm a consultant, or I own many companies. The same way some others choose to say, oh, I'm a spiritual teacher. But they're all people with a lot of wealth who were born with that wealth. So don't fall for that. Because I have fallen for it in the beginning. until I met these people and I saw the truth for myself. And when you do research on these people, and you'll find out that they were rich from the beginning. The kind of schools they went to, the kind of places they were attending when they were young. And you're like, how are you able to afford this? What? Like, but then they portray themselves as financially successful spiritual gurus. Okay? Just be careful. Be careful. Don't fall for that. So let's get that out of the way. So, how come money is not connected to energy? How come? And how come some really bad people have money and some other people who are amazing people and they struggle with money their whole lives? The answer is karma and past lives. Karmic retributions and past life reincarnations. That's where the answer lies. The people usually who are born in wealth, it doesn't matter who these people are. If you're born in wealth and you have a good life from the get-go and your family is extremely wealthy and you don't have to struggle or worry about money, these are people who have accumulated good karma, good deeds in their past lives. And because they accumulated that, now they're enjoying it in this lifetime. That's the only answer that is truthful. The people who are born in wealth, in wealthy environments, in good families, they don't have to struggle for money, for food, for shelter. They can afford anything they want. They're still teenagers, but they have so much money, more than you can even think of. It's because in their past lives, they had unbelievable good karma. So how karma works is that when you accumulate good karma in your next reincarnation, you get to enjoy it. You enjoy that good karma in any shape or form. If you're a human being, you get to be wealthy and enjoy the riches of the world. If you reincarnate as a deity or as a god, then you'll be in heaven or in the higher realms, and you can enjoy that as well. You can enjoy that kind of life. But let's talk about the realm of earth. So when you have that wealth and you're enjoying it since a young age, don't forget that karma is still working. It's not the end. What are you going to do with that wealth is the million-dollar question. What are you going to do with that wealth? Are you going to use it for something good or something bad? If you start using that wealth for something bad, which is the case of Earth right now, by the way, if you're going to start using it for something bad and destruction and greed and wars and more money, then get ready for, again, your karmic retribution, either in this lifetime or in your next lifetime. In your next lifetime, if you use that money for something really bad that harms other people, hurts other people, harms the environment, harms the animal, kills other people, wars, bad things, pollution, anything, the list is long. If you use that wealth for that, your karmic retribution, if it comes in the next lifetime, you're going to be born in a poor environment. Or you're going to have very hard challenges and circumstances in your life, and you're not going to enjoy wealth anymore. Or if your deeds are really bad, you will not even reincarnate as a human being. You might reincarnate as an animal, or as a bug, or as something that struggles more than a human being. Can you imagine being a stray dog or stray cat looking for food all the time, or a stray wild animal in the jungle or in the forest, and your whole purpose is to either find food or find shelter and to not be hunted by another animal? Can you imagine a kind of life like that? Or if you're a horrible person and you do with that money something really, really horrendous, you might reincarnate in the lower realms. Some people call them hell. And I don't need to explain what's going on in hell. You can just imagine for yourself. So you being given wealth and riches doesn't mean it's the end. What are you going to do with it? And sometimes karmic retribution doesn't wait until the next life for it to be paid. It's paid in this lifetime. That's why a lot of bad people who are very wealthy, when they get older, they get something catastrophic in their lives. They can either get it to themselves or their families get the karma, which is something very scary. The people you love the most will get your nasty karma. People you love the most, it could be your partner, your husband, your wife, your kids, your parents will have a disease and it's gonna destroy their lives. Or maybe you lose all of that wealth and you bankrupt and you become a poor person who struggles in life and no one treats you good and you have the worst life ever. So be careful how you use that wealth. But for humans, most of the time, we have the impression that these people don't pay back the karma, and we see that wealthy people get away with it. You hear this, and I used to believe in this too. I used to believe that wealthy people get away with it. Wealthy people who do bad things get away with it. Until I realized that karma, which is governed by the universe, has its own perfect timing and it can hit at any moment. But the universe knows when it's best to hit. So it can hit in the same lifetime or it can hit in the next lifetime. And if that karma needs to be paid back in the next lifetime, no one is going to see it because it's the next lifetime. And that's why people think that these bad people who are very wealthy get away with things, but they actually don't. We just don't see it. They don't get away with it. Remember to always trust your own intuition and to do your own research. Never believe what I say just like that. Do your own research. Work on yourself. Believe in what you are guided to believe. Just because I said it, you don't need to believe it. This is just what I'm sharing with you. Even the Buddha said that to his followers. Can you imagine? The Buddha, the enlightened one, said to his followers, never believe anything I say just because I say it. Use your discernment, do research, follow your intuition, see what you can make of what I'm saying. So let's go back to the people who are amazing people and they still struggle with life and financially, for example. The reason why is because probably in their past life, again, it's karma and past life, they have accumulated very bad karma. And karmic retribution is forcing them to pay back that karma. And that's why in this lifetime they're struggling. And no matter how hard they work, money doesn't manifest in their life. So here's the rule with karma. Karma needs to be paid back, period. It needs to be paid back. But as you're paying it, you need to always be good so you can accumulate good karma again. So here's how it works. You're paying the bad karma and at the same time you're accumulating good karma. You're paying the bad karma at the same time you're accumulating good karma. But only if you're accumulating way more good karma than the bad one you've had, then sometimes the good karma cancels out the bad karma you've had in the past. But you need to do good things and good deeds like way more than other people. You have to do an incredible amount of good deeds. And when you do so, then maybe the good karma will start canceling some of that bad karma. If not, the bad karma has to be paid. The universe doesn't care who you are or what you are. It has to be paid. And you're going to ask, Seth, but how does this work? How can we notice this? The answer is, you can notice this when, for example, and I'm sure all of us have people like this we know around us. Someone who's amazing. Someone who tries their best and they're always striving to become good and better. More than other people that you know, even more than you. And they still never succeed. When it's about manifesting money, they do their best, they work hard, and they don't manifest that money, no matter what. If it's a promotion, they never get that promotion. And sometimes it's even with relationships. If it's that person that they want to be with, they try hard, they give their love, they try everything, and they never get that person. It's like the universe is always closing that door for them. And I'm sure you have a friend or someone you know, and you see that with them in their life, and even you wonder why. You feel for the person, you feel for them. No matter what they try, the universe doesn't allow it to happen. No matter what they try. And they work harder than anyone you know. And they're smart too. It's not like they're only working hard. They're working hard and they're working smart. They're trying their best. But they don't get the results. Never, never. That means it's karma from the past that they're still paying. And they have to pay it at full. That's how the universe works. When it comes to paying back karma, it's dark. It's just. That's it. You pay back your karma, then I'll see if you've done good deeds, and then I'll start giving you good things. And similarly, some people who don't even work hard, they don't do much. And they're always abundant. They always have money. They always manifest good positions in careers. They're always rewarded. They're born in wealth. They have millions of dollars since birth. Those are people who have accumulated incredible amounts of good deeds in their past life. And now they're enjoying that. So it can work either way. But the reminder here is that it's an ongoing process. It never stops. It never stops. You're enjoying good karma because of what you've done in the past, but what are you going to do with that right now? Because if you do something bad, you're going to have to pay it again and again and again. And that's why the Buddha was teaching his followers how to get out of the wheel of samsara. Because the wheel of samsara runs on karma. So you're always reincarnated based on your deeds, always. Sometimes you reincarnate in the hells, sometimes as a human, sometimes as a god or a deity, sometimes as an animal, sometimes as a spirit. It all depends on your karma. And karma is exhausted. You replenish it, replenish it, replenish it, and then you use it until it's exhausted. And once it's exhausted, the universe is going to check your closet. What's stored in there? Good karma or bad karma? Because that works sometimes for these people who have good lives. They get to exhaust their karma, use it up until it's exhausted. But once it's exhausted, and it can take for them 10 years to use that karma to exhaust it, 10 years or 20 years. For some people, it's one lifetime. It depends on what you've done in the past. For some people, it's only 5 years. And that's why sometimes you see some people who have had an amazing life up until they turn 15 or 16 years old. And then right after that, their life just becomes the opposite of what they had. Or people who are born in wealth and they were rich and wealthy, but then once they turn 20 years old, all of that is gone. Because the karma have been exhausted. The good karma they accumulated, it was used and it's not there anymore. So for each person, it's different. And once the karma is used, the universe is going to check your closet. What's in it? Did you accumulate good karma or bad karma? And whatever is in that closet, if it's good karma, it's going to be used again until it's exhausted. If it's bad karma, it's going to be used as well until it's exhausted. And that's why always strive to be good, to do good. Always. Always. So that your karmic retribution is always giving you something good. Because if you have wealth and if you're enjoying an amazing life, but you're being a bad person, then get ready for what's to come after that. You're going to have a very tough life. either as a human or as a creature in hell. Regardless, you're just going to struggle. And that's why some good people still struggle in life, because they haven't exhausted their bad karma yet. But if they're amazing people, I want to assure you that once they exhaust their bad karma, they're going to have an amazing life. And you hear that too all the time. You hear people who win the lottery out of nowhere, random, average people, they win $20 million, $50 million. And people wonder how, and everyone just says it's luck, but it's actually not luck. It's karma. These are people who were exhausting their bad karma until it was time for them to start reaping all of the good deeds they've done. And that, again, this is just an example. They win that lottery ticket that's $50 million. This is just an example. It could be anything else. It could be an inheritance. Someone inherits millions of dollars out of nowhere. But prior to that inheritance, they were poor. It could come in any shape or form. But the universe knows the proper timing for anyone to start reaping what they've sown, either good or bad. And there are other case scenarios, they do exist, and these sound amazing, of people who are born in wealth, okay? They have an amazing life, they're wealthy, they're rich, but they keep doing good, they keep accumulating good karma because they have good energies, and they help people, and they use that money to help animals, to help people, to help the environment. They are wonderful people, even though they're wealthy, and they keep getting good karma over and over and over and over. That case exists too. And in their next life, they're probably reincarnated as a deity, because when you have an incredible amount of good karma, you get reincarnated as a deity, as a god, and you get to live for hundreds of thousands of years. However, what the Buddha taught his followers is that the goal is to get out of this wheel of samsara, of this wheel of reincarnation. Because even if you're reincarnated as a god for hundreds of thousands of years and you enjoy heaven for hundreds of thousands of years, you're still gonna die. And when you die, you have to repeat the cycle over and over. You have to come back as a human and repeat that whole thing again. And that's why the Buddha's teachings to gain enlightenment is to get out of this wheel that keeps you stuck over and over and over. Even if you're a god, you can't get out of this wheel unless you reach enlightenment, unless you transcend this cycle of reincarnation. And it's hard. A lot of people think it's easy. It's actually extremely hard to transcend this wheel. But this is not the subject of today. This is just like a side note. I want to remind you just how come some good people struggle and don't have wealth and money, and some people are born in wealth and money. Remember that it's always karmic retribution at play. But after hearing this, some of you may ask me, Seth, I still want to manifest money. I want to have abundance in my life. Here's what you need to do if you want to manifest money in your life. Due to karmic retribution, some things cannot be changed. The only things you can change is to become a good human being. But one thing that's really important for manifesting the things you desire is to, number one, not be attached to what you desire, meaning that you can be attached to money. Number two, be very grateful for everything that you have already, the good and the bad. Gratitude is very important because you want to show the universe that you appreciate what you already have. If you give a gift to someone else that you love, that you care about, and that person doesn't thank you, how do you feel? If that person acts like they don't care about the gift you've given them, like you give them something and they're just like whatever, how would you feel? Would you want to give them more? No, you wouldn't want to give them more. Would you give them again another gift? You probably wouldn't. It's the same thing for the universe. So if the universe gives you something or blesses you with something, if you're not grateful, then the universe sees that you don't care and it won't give you more. But when you're grateful, when you appreciate that blessing, it will give you more. Similarly, if you give your friend or someone you love, if you give them something and they appreciate it and they thank you so much, you would want to give them more because you see that they appreciated what you have given them. That's how the universe works. So if you're not grateful to the blessings that you have, the universe is like, this person doesn't care. Why should I even give them anything? They're not even thankful for what I already gave them. So don't be attached to what you desire, because being attached to something will only keep it away from you. That energy that you use for greed, the energy that attaches you to something, it pushes it away from you. It pushes that thing away from you. So you can't be attached to it. Don't be attached to money. Be grateful for what you already have. Be always grateful. And lastly, let the universe guide you and let the universe decide when is the right time for you to get that abundance. Because when it's time for you to get it, the universe is just. You will get it. When it's your time, you will get what's yours. So just remember to always be grateful. Be grateful for what you already have. And keep doing good deeds. Keep being a good human. Keep being helpful. Keep accumulating good karma in your life. You should do that as well. For me, that's the recipe to manifesting abundance and manifesting anything good in one's life. It's not energy. You could have the most incredible energy, but in your past life, you have bad karma you still need to pay back. And that's halting you from having the abundance you desire. So it doesn't have to do anything with energy. And lastly, just one reminder, don't be fooled. Don't be fooled by the people who keep saying, oh, I'm a self-made this, I'm a self-made that, I made this money because I worked hard. We're in a world that's obsessed with money. Everything is run by money. People just want more. People are greedy. People are selfish. Everyone just wants more and more and more money. I'm not saying don't work for your money. You deserve to make an income that can help you survive, because at the end of the day, you need food to eat and you need a shelter. Do the work that you're supposed to do to make that income that helps you support yourself and your family and the people that you love. But don't fall for the greedy people who have millions and billions of dollars and they want more. And the only thing they talk about is money. Money this, money that, money this, money that. You need to have money. You need to make money. Money is everything. Money is everything. Money is the most important thing. Don't fall for these people, because these people, that's the only thing they care about is more money and more money and more money. And they're never satisfied. Nowadays, you're gonna hear that everywhere. The money this, money, entrepreneur, money, making money, invest money, stock, money. Don't fall for that. That's gonna take you to another path that has nothing to do with spirituality. Of course, charge for your services, because you're trading your time and your energy for an amount of money that will allow you to survive as well. So of course, don't do anything for free. You want to also give value to yourself. So charge for your services, because you want to have food on the table. You want to pay rent. Don't fall for this idea that spiritual work is supposed to be free. That is dogmatic, monotheistic religion, and especially Christianity, who have come up with that. And it has brainwashed the minds of people with that kind of concept that spiritual work is supposed to be for free. It is supposed to be for free in certain circumstances. If you're part of a group or if you're part of a society that provides you with food and shelter, and that provides you with everything you need, then yes, by all means, do the spiritual work for free. But if not, if you're on your own, and if you're building your own thing, charge for your services. That's how you're going to put food on the table. That's how you're going to put food on the table. And another interesting thing is that the people actually who pay for spiritual services are the serious people. because they take it seriously. When you start giving things for free, spiritual or not, people don't value it. People don't value it, and they don't value you as well. And the people who are willing to pay for something, they actually take it seriously and they apply it as well. Because this is not a child's play. This is serious. Your work can change people's lives. So don't shy away from charging for it. Charge for it. Give value to yourself. Trust in the universe. Don't be attached to money. Keep accumulating good karma and good deeds. Be a good person. Help others in any shape or form. And know that the universe is just. And if you've had some bad karma, that's why you're still struggling, and that you need to pay it back. And when the right time comes, the universe will give you your good karma when you expect it least. And when the right time comes, when the universe opens the doors for you, you will get what's yours. Okay? Thank you very much. I hope this helps. Let me know in the comment section. Thank you, and I'll see you in the next video. Thank you very much.